Hi Foodie Friends, this is Tiffany Foreman, your Pampered Chef consultant, and I'm here with recipes, tips, fun, and more right here from my kitchen. And today I'm trying a new recipe to me, and that is making an alternative milk from traditional cow's milk. So we are going to use our new deluxe blender and our handy dandy cooking guide that comes with the new deluxe cooking blender. And for almond milk, it's a little bit different process than I thought. So what you first have to do is take your almonds and you have to soak them. So see, they're kind of yucky in this water right now. They've been soaking in here overnight. So it's a minimum of 4 hours. I consulted a couple Pampered Chef fellow friends, and they said it's totally cool to soak them overnight into the next day until you're ready to go. So I'm getting ready to do this. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna drain this because you don't wanna use this water that we're gonna put in the blender. So right here you see the blender, I've got it measured out to 5 cups. That's what it calls for when we're doing the, actually only 1 cup of these almonds. So first let me drain and rinse. So we've got our mesh colander here. I'm gonna set it over here in my sink so that I can rinse. And you wanna make sure you get them all kind of rinsed up. I'm going to use my hands because I've got a lot in here. And get that water out of there. And then we're going to bring these back over so you guys can see. So this is just a bag of unsalted almonds that I got at our local grocery store. And then I'm going to grab my measuring cup here and just scoop out 1 cup of these. So this is a 1 cup measuring cup that I'm just gonna kind of level off for 1 cup. I've got a lot more almonds here. I think I'll be making more almond milk than I thought. But I did learn a quick little tip today watching a food video that now that we've soaked these, you can actually, I just squeezed one across the room. You can actually squeeze just slightly and you can take the skin right off the almond. So there are some recipes that call for you to do that. So that's kind of a fun thing to do. It's just squeeze them right off. I'm sure the kids would have fun with that. So then once you squeeze them off, you can then roast them, was one of the ideas that I saw. So I might do, because I have so many almonds here, I might do that with these almonds too. But let's get back to our alternative milk of almond milk. That seemed to be one of the most popular milks people were talking about when they were talking. I had a little poll going on what was your most commonly purchased alternative milk. So here's our 1 cup of almonds. I'm going to put that right there in the water. And then it calls for 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And that was one of the ones that I saw. A lot of people said that they liked vanilla almond milk. So I'm going to go ahead and just do the 1 cup of vanilla here. So this is actually going to end up being unsweetened almond milk because I did not add any sugar. If you did want to do that, it recommends 1.5 teaspoons of agave. You can also add 1/8 teaspoon of salt. The other options that come in the cooking guide are cashew milk, coconut milk, a combination of those, macadamia milk, and oat milk, along with rice milk. So you've got lots of different options that come right here with the cooking guide. So we've got it plugged in. Let's turn it on. And it's telling me to put my lid on. So I just set it over there, and as it turns, it kind of locks into place. And then for the directions, it says, once you've got them rinsed and drained and you've added them in here, you're going to turn it to the alternative setting. So I'm going to hit start. And actually it says 5 minutes. So it might be a little loud for a moment because that's going to be going off. But I'm going to let you guys kind of watch the process as it goes. Too bad with Facebook Live, I can't speed you guys up and let you watch it like in a speed setting there, but let me just turn this over so you guys can see. All right, so it's stopping in between. And right now it's on a blend setting 5. So the numbers on the top there are telling you the blend setting. So depending on what you're doing, you can rotate, like if you're on a custom blend setting, you can rotate the dial up so it goes up to a higher speed as the blades rotate in there. So that's one thing that's neat about this. And also, when we do this, you'll notice that there's stuff in there and not all of that is going to be pulverized or whatever verb you want to use into almond milk. So there's going to be some stuff left. So you're thinking, okay, well, I don't want to drink chunky almond milk, so what do I do? So what's really cool about our deluxe cooking blender is it comes with a strainer bag. Let me show you. So this is actually the strainer bag that comes with it. And what I've been doing with this right now is I keep my the quick starting guide, the tamper, and the cooking guide all together in there so that I know all where it is when I'm ready to use this. But we're gonna end up draining the almond milk through this mesh bag. And then what's left over is like an almond pulp. And what that's really good for is I'm gonna actually lay it on a baking sheet and I'm going to bake it in the oven and it becomes almond flour. So you have zero waste when making your almond milk. So that's a really nice thing that, you know, for the price of the almonds, you're gonna get milk, you're gonna get almond flour, and you're gonna have a cheaper alternative to when you buy the alternate milks in your grocery store. So I guess you have to also be careful if you have a nut allergy in your home that the almond milk is considered a nut. So if you have a tree nut allergy, you want to kind of stay away from that. But you have your other alternatives that we talked about earlier, your rice milk, your coconut milk. And then at the bottom of the cooking guide here, it tells you when you are doing your different things. It actually gives you tips at the bottom here for different... Oh, sorry, that's the grind setting. I need to go one more page over. Oh, did I pass it? I did. That with the oat milk and coconut milk, you do not drain the soaking liquid. You use the soaking liquid, unlike with the almond milk, we drained it and dumped it all out. With coconut milk, coconut fat rises to the top, so you need to know that once it chills, you're gonna have a separation, and so you can remove the fat and you can use that for cooking. How neat is that? And then with rice milk, it says rinse the 1/4 cup of brown rice and add the rice and water to a microwave safe bowl, and you're gonna cover them and microwave them on low for 25 minutes. So you've got some tips down here. The recipe that comes with this section is horchata. So I've actually never made horchata, and I don't think I've ever tasted it either, but this calls for long grain white milk. White rice. When you do the water, it's cinnamon, vanilla, and sweetened condensed milk. I can see where that would be really yummy, like as like an alternative to eggnog. That's what kind of makes me think of it when you add the cinnamon in there. So if you guys have any questions right now, I'm able to scroll through and see that there are lots of people watching my live broadcast. If you happen to watch this on a replay or you're part of a show, the cooking blender is always a item that you can get as a guest and pay full price. You can get it as a host and pay half price. You can also get it as a host and get it for free. So that's a great way to get one of our power tools. So along with our cooking deluxe blender, our quick cooker is our new power couple in the kitchen. So we're almost done. Okay, so that was a full 5 minutes of our almond milk. So once you do this, it says I'm gonna strain the mixture through the straining bag, and then you're gonna chill the milk. So let's see if I can do this without making a mess while you guys are watching me on this video. All right, so I'm gonna grab another bowl. So we have I'm just gonna use our batter bowl here. I'm gonna hit cancel so it stops beeping at me. All right, and then we're going to, this is actually, because I'm on camera, it's actually opposite for me. So just forgive me if seems a little weird the way I'm handling this, but it is warm. Remember, the blender does get warm because it's grinding in there. And so that's why they say to chill this before you use it. All right, so we're gonna grab, where did I just put our mesh bag? Oh, here it is. Pampered, not perfect, can't find what I'm doing here. All right, so I'm gonna take my bag, and I'm gonna set it kind of right there and see if I can do this while you guys are watching. You might want to leave the lid on if you're not super duper comfortable with lifting this off the base first. I would just say to make sure you don't have as much mess if you were to accidentally spill it. All right, so let me just back this up just a little bit so you guys can see. And here's our little mesh bag, and then we're gonna pour. All right, so as it starts to come through the very, very fine mesh bag, you can kind of see that it's dripping there. This is how you milk an almond, for anybody who was ever wondering. I like that little meme that I see floating around that has an almond with cow udders on it. But this is warm to the touch, not terribly hot. My hands are clean, for anybody who's wondering, because it's touching my hands and going right into here. But I feel like I'm milking these almonds. Now you can kind of see here's the flour of the pulp that's left behind. So I'm gonna get that out in a minute. I still have more that I can get out of this pulp. So you'll be able to store this in your fridge. You'll be able to add it to your coffee, add it to your cereal, add it to your smoothies. I would love for you to share some ideas with me on what you use your almond milk for, whether you store buy it or you are doing a process like me where you have the new cooking blender and you are blending it yourself. All right, I think I got most of that out of there. All right, and then there is our almond milk ready to go. So this was 5 cups of water and the 1 cup of almonds. And so that comes out to, like, if you're looking, right at 5 cups of milk. So what I'm gonna do is, because we are getting ready to leave the house, is I'm gonna just put my, oh, this is the wrong lid. This is for my old batter bowl. This is my new batter bowl. I'm gonna put this in the fridge with a lid on it and get this cold so that we'll be able to use it later. I have some smoothie ideas that I'm thinking of doing, but then I wanted to show you guys the pulp too. So let me just put this over to the side, and maybe I can be coordinated enough to show you guys this. All right, so I'm gonna grab my half sheet. So this is what bakers refer to as a half sheet. That's like a standard baking pan in the baker world. It's considered a half sheet. We don't call it like a certain measurement. It's just considered like a half sheet, like a cake. All right, and so I'm gonna take my pulp. Now this has gotten really firm because I've squeezed all the liquid out. And so it kind of looks almost like ice cream, Play-Doh, somewhere in between there. And I'm just gonna spread it out. All right, and then I'm gonna make sure that I followed the directions on this. And this is going to be our almond flour that I have, a friend of mine shared a recipe with me that she did an almond flour banana muffin. So I've got some bananas that have reached their prime and they need to be either smoothied, frozen, or made into muffins. And so I thought that I would do that with this almond pulp that I have here. So I'll continue to spread this out off camera, but I wanted you guys to see the results of both our almond milk right there in our batter bowl and our almond pulp right there from a bag of almonds. So that is super cool. So I hope you've enjoyed our quick video. Remember, I'm always here for your recipes, tips, fun, and more. And I look forward to seeing you again soon, foodies. Talk to you soon. Bye.